CBS Sports presents AT&T at the half. AT&T, giving you more for your college basketball thing.
We are at halftime in Chicago, where Michigan State leads Wisconsin 35-27. Welcome to AT&T at the half. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth compete in this game.
Well, they're 2 for 10, but yet still within 8. But Michigan State was fantastic early on from the three-point line. Made 7 of 12 for the half. And it's all about ball movement and spacing, and you have a point guard like Cassius Winston. He will room service dime you all day. Breakdown and coverage there. Kenny Goins has been on fire of late, 50% three-point shooting in his last 4. So these are warm-up jump shots that Michigan State has been able to get. And they cash in at a high rate. Wisconsin plus 10 points in the paint, part of why they're only down 8.
Yeah, not a great defensive performance in the first half by Wisconsin. And yet, as we got to the end of the first half, they were able to put some game pressure back on Michigan State because they control pace. And for me, the most important number in the box score for Wisconsin is 3 turnovers. They're 7th in the country with about 10 per game, so they're even under their average. If they can hold on to the ball, they can at least manage the pace and stay close. At some point, you got to make baskets.
No doubt.
All right, we remind you still to come. Our second Big Ten semifinal matchup features Minnesota taking on Michigan. That comes your way next here on CBS. Get you caught up now on the highlights. The America East Championship game in Burlington, Vermont.
And I tell you, and everybody in the building today, that's a reach as far as Zion goes, but at 28 a game high. And then holding the Retrievers to 49. Congratulations to the Catamounts. Ticket punch.
Meanwhile, the MEAC championship game is in Norfolk.
Norfolk State against North Carolina Central. Norfolk State trying to get jacked up. Somebody's going to the NCAA tournament. Good start for North Carolina Central. That's Julian Walter making the jumper. But Norfolk ended the first half on an 8-0 run, while Central is 0 for 9 from behind the three-point line. That was C.J. Kelly with the finish, and then Alex Long going to take the feed and the easy deuce. They are up by 10 at the half.
So we still don't know what's going to happen in that game. However, the Catamounts are no strangers to this time of year.
They are not. This is a really good basketball team. Anthony Lamb is one of the outstanding players in the country, over 20 points a game, can get it inside and outside, and they've got an outstanding guard in Steph Smith. I thought defensively they kept the Retrievers out of the paint, forced UMBC to take a lot of threes. I think 26 of their 44 field goal attempts were from behind the three-point line. That's why they got the convincing win.
So we can't get UMBC into the tournament this year? Is there any way? Can we at least put them on the bubble? Bubble in? They won't be in. It's too bad. As we said earlier, they won this game at Vermont last year to get into the dance. Vermont's had revenge on their minds today, and they'll be a tough out as a 15-16 seed.
Virginia's calling to weigh in on that suggestion. There is more to come when AT&T at the half continues after this. Bids will be up for grabs tomorrow here on CBS. Our coverage begins with Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance at noon Eastern Time. Then the Atlantic 10 Championship, followed by the Big Ten Final and the live reveal of the tournament field and the NCAA selection show at 6 Eastern Time. Back to the highlights in the Atlantic 10 semis, Rhode Island and St. Bonnie.
Yeah, Rhode Island squeezed the bubble by knocking off VCU. Here's Fast Russell. Step back 3. They were rolling for the Rams early on. This lead got up to 15, but then the Bonnies got crazy and closed it out, but it was all Rams early, but it's snug now. Big-time run, 13-zip to close the half by the Bonnies.
2-point game. Meanwhile, Ivy League semis between Penn and Harvard.
Yeah, good one going on in Payne Whitney Gymnasium in New Haven, Connecticut. Jake Silpe makes the 3 for Penn, puts them up by 5. By that point, Harvard's got an answer. The freshman, Noah Kirkwood, drills a 3 of his own, and then A.J. Brodeur. He's got 17 points midway through the second half. We got a good one for the right. Go to the Ivy League championship game.
History, gentlemen. Let's do it on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Ramp them up, Bruce. And they were rolling initially, but there's Jalen Hudson, who's come on late here for the Gators. Jared Harper, one of the best little big guys in college hoop, knocks down the 3. Both of these teams in the field of 68 from where I sit. Kayvon Allen knocking down the 3. Florida, 70% shooting. That's making 7 out of 10, Greg.
Yeah, I know that.
So they're
Can you write
rolling.
that down for me, please?
I have my shoes off counting toes. One of the things that Wisconsin has to do is hold down this Michigan State team in the second half while ramping up its own game.
Hey, you got to make make shots, man. At some point, defense is fine. It'll keep you snug. It'll keep you tight. But you got to put the ball in the basket. They've got to make perimeter shots to have a chance because Michigan State has multiple three-point shooters.
And they have guys who can do it. You know, Dimitri Trice, after the first month of the season, was shooting about 60% from three-point range. He's not going to keep up that clip.
Right.
But sometimes I don't think he hunts his shot enough because he's playing point guard, looking to score. I'd like to see him let it fly.
Got to make shots. That's why you'd make a great coach.
No, I'm not interested in coaching.
No kidding.
No,
smart.
Second half of Wisconsin-Michigan State upcoming after this.
Thank you for watching AT&T at the Half. AT&T, giving you more for your college basketball things.